Welcome back to TVEC. We're in Cape Town today and we are going to make videos. We'll be reviewing the Audi e-tron, the Audi e-tron range actually. So right now I'm sat in the Audi e-tron S. This basically is Audi's, well, it's not really Audi's flagship model, but I mean it feels like one. You have all of this great leather all around. We got the new virtual touchscreen over here instead of a normal door mirror. So, oh my goodness, it actually just switched off. But what you have is a little screen over here. And this screen basically projects what you get outside. Because we have a camera over there, and then you'd see, well, everything that's outside projected on the screen. Now, I'm cutting this intro short because we're actually about to be served food. And I can't do a review on an empty stomach. So yeah, we'll have lunch and I'll join you outside to review the RS e-tron GT. Ladies and gentlemen, you join me sat in an e-tron S. This is actually sort of Sportback S. Okay. And well, we're taking it out for a test drive. We're here in Stellenbosch, Cape Town. Well, no, Stellenbosch is its own town, so Stellenbosch, yes.
And don't forget me, I'm right here. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm in the driver's seat, people.
Yeah.
I love you guys. But anyway, back to him.
So yeah, I'm just currently adjusting to the car and everything. It's a really nice experience. I have a heads-up display in front of me, and I'm relaxed. It's a very nice experience. I think I'll put the radio on later on when I can give you my thoughts. Eugene will also drive. And we have arguably the most beautiful German car ever made, after the SL and the Carrera GT behind us. Eugene will show you through the review mirror. That, ladies and gentlemen, is
RS.
There's an RS.
It's an RS.
So the reason why I wasn't sure about it is because, well, we had a launch event for the whole e-tron range in South Africa. So yeah, I'm trying to adjust to how wide this car is. It is a little bit wide, but other than that, it just feels like a normal family SUV. You know, it's about the size of a Q5. So yeah, normal family SUV stuff.
And it's a very plush ride, I can say that. It's not.
It's very comfortable.
It's very comfortable. It's very quiet. Or after all, it's an electric car, but usually with all the electric cars, they would make road noise a lot of the time.
Yeah, but this is just, it's refined. That's what it is. It's refined. It's quiet. It's beautiful. It feels incredibly elegant and everything that's right. I'm used to driving Korean cars, so the first thing I did was engage the wipers. But other than that, it feels incredible. I actually didn't notice we're going at 30 kilometers an hour. Just saying. So this is the entrance.
Yeah.
Oh, and Eugene, by the way, we're in dynamic mode.
We're in dynamic mode.
Yeah, we're in dynamic mode right now. So
Yes.
first impressions of the car, it is very light in terms of the steering. It feels very natural. I think I'm pulling out of an 80 zone right now, so I think what I would do is...
Oh.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, that felt good. Okay.
And you know, the thing with electric cars is there's no gas engine just to make a quick point of how you need to accelerate quickly. There's not. It's just batteries. So when you go,
Fast.
you go fast. You go quickly.
This is the third most powerful e-tron that they make. This specific one, it's the most powerful SUV version. This is what will compete with the iX M60 and iX M50 in South Africa. The 0 to 100 is about 4.4 seconds. It's pretty quick for an SUV. I mean, it's pretty quick for an SUV anyway, but it's not as quick as...
It's quicker than a Ferrari.
Yeah, it's quicker than old Ferraris. So, it's surprising. The surprising thing is how slow the e-tron GT is going.
Yeah.
They're actually going pretty slow. I'm very concerned. Yeah, I don't want to stop driving. But you know, Eugene also has to get a feel for the car.
Yes, people.
I want to see how this goes through a quick bend. So I'm not gonna floor it, but I'm gonna go a little faster. Yeah, it just feels very natural. All of it. It's just the way it feels when it gets into corners, it wants you to go faster. It really does. It feels incredible. Absolutely incredible. I can't fault this car for now. I just can't. Rear visibility is okay. I'm used to a hatchback, so you know, rear visibility isn't that bad for me. If you are used to other SUVs that are more proper, then I guess it'll be a problem for you. Oh, that's a nice Mustang.
Nah.
I guess it'll be a nice. It wouldn't be a nice thing. It'll be a problem with the rear visibility. I heard people complain about the virtual mirrors here. I don't have a problem with them. Look, really, a lot of this is just dependent on how you are as a driver and what you enjoy. Sure, it would make more sense for these mirrors to be a little higher. The screens to be a little higher. But when you have to check, and you're gonna, even in a normal car, you tilt your head a little bit.
X7 right here.
Yeah, it's an X7. You move your head a little bit and you can see everything. I mean, both of the screens have like peripheral view. And oh, there you go.
That's the navigation.
That's the navigation.
That's the navigation.
She sounds very nice. Very nice sounding lady. This is very calm and nice and friendly. You know, this is a very nice experience and it's just so relaxing.
This is our first electric car that we will drive.
It's our first review. It's my first driven review ever.
Yes, this is also our first driven review that we are doing.
But what I can tell you is that compared to other cars, this does ride over bumps very well. The one fault I could give is that the suspension is a little harder than you can imagine. Especially this being a 2.5 million rand car. I mean, if I was comparing this to a Porsche.
Left after 250 meters onto the R310 towards M2.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you're comparing this to like a Porsche or any other SUV that costs around this much, I mean,
Now turn left.
look, you'd want the suspension to be much lighter.
Go.
And I'm gonna stick it into the corner now. Yeah, this feels good. This
Cool.
feels great. And there we go.
R310 for 5 kilometers.
It feels incredible. We're approaching the halfway point, which is where Eugene will come on, and he'll give you his thoughts. But so far, my thoughts is that this is a very good car. It feels incredible. I'd definitely buy this. Even though I think the suspension can be lighter, but would I buy this car? Yes, I would. The issue is the range. Eugene will talk a little bit about that. Yeah. The aircon is blowing very loud.
Because it is very,
It's 34 degrees
very
here
hot.
in Cape Town.
It is very hot right now.
And yeah, I can't fault this car. We have 206 kilometers of range left. And I got this car and it had about 230. I have been pouring it quite a bit and I am driving this in dynamic mode. I actually don't know where to switch the modes, but it feels good in dynamic mode. I'm pretty sure it'll be much more comfortable in comfort because of the comfort. So I think that's where the suspension will be better. Eugene will drive it, I think, in dynamic or in comfort, I don't know. But what I can tell you is that this car just feels natural. If you've been in any Audi of recent, yeah, it feels like home. That's what it feels like. That's my review. We're about to leave our halfway point. What thoughts do you have, Eugene?
Well, first of all, I have pressed the brake many times and it is so sensitive.
Yeah, I know, it's a very sensitive brake, this one. And I think it's because it's good because there we go. It's good because, you know, this is such a heavy car and it can go so quickly. I mean, what's almost 3 tons in kilos. It's almost 3 tons, and you don't want to have a Tesla Model S Plaid situation where you have a super quick car that's under braked.
Yeah.
So that's what you have here.
I'm sorry, I have to concentrate a bit because these are tight corners and this is a very, very big car. Well, very wide car.
Alright, since I've driven, I can tell you one thing. The navigation system is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's all in your peripheral view, so you notice it, but you know, it's not something that you're completely fixed on. It's actually just incredible. Oh my goodness! Whoa, 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 yo!
500 meters onto
Wow.
102 towards crossing.
That's something else.
That was me accelerating.
That is something else, right? We'll come back just now for Eugene to give his action opinion when we get to the destination or when we come close to it.
Yeah.
So until then, Eugene, you want to say something about the car?
It's quick, and these brakes, God, I can't get over these brakes. These brakes off. They just grab it.
Yeah,
I'm not even doing it fully.
Yeah, it's a very light thing. I mean, I think because we're used to manual cars,
Oh yeah.
you know, we're used to driving manuals, and I mean, you get the Citroen that I have no, I don't have, but I'm used to driving my dad's Citroen, and you know, with his Citroen, you have to really get into the brakes to get the car to stop. Whereas with this, it's just a light touch. You don't really have to do much. There's a GTI in there,
And there's a
and you don't really
price
have to do
control.
much. It's a really nice car. It's a really nice car in terms of like the braking, the acceleration, everything just feels good. Except for the fact that the brakes, yeah, the brakes are really hard. Oh my! Ah!
Oh my God.
Okay.
That's easy already.
It says you already.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
To turn left.
Oh my
Got
God.
no hammers for my peace. We don't want no peace. Got a spot in peace, man. Just a piece. Drop the dad and then we plant peace.
Whoa!
She
I'll
not
tell you
lives
this
for peace. She turned crazy. Push a P. Push a P.
Floor it.
My capital.
Please turn left after 350 meters towards the night onto
Free, privacy. Still push a P. Purple paint. Paint.
And the range went down by like 3.
Push a P.
Top 3 K's of range.
Yep.
Already.
Already.
Just that.
Just that.
Wow.
Push a P.
This is so inefficient. So, Eugene, what are your thoughts?
It's quick. It is so heavy yet it
And what
is
about
so
cornering?
quick.
What about
It's
cornering?
so flat in the corners, which is so weird to say about an electric car.
Especially in an SUV.
Especially in a car that is as wide as a yacht. It is
Okay.
so weird to hear that.
Go faster, man. I'm trying to. Yo!
This
If
thing.
you wonder why we're going so fast or trying to catch up so quickly, it's because we're trying to get an RS e-tron GT. So yeah, we have to hurry up. Basically, we're not too far, but considering the fact, we've already dropped 40 Ks of range since we picked up this car.
Yep, and another 4K has gone.
Just like that. I mean, every time you floor it, the range just
And this is literally, look at my face right now.
Prepare to turn left.
Oh my God. This thing will pull you out of corners, and it will pull you from doing passovers.
Passovers or overtaking.
Overtaking, I'm sorry.
Overtaking.
This thing is making me jumble my English. It's making me jumble my English.
No, this really does. It rearranges your units. It really does. We're turning left here.
Yeah.
Please turn left
Right.
after 300
Our review is coming to an end just now, and yeah, we will give you our thoughts on the car while we're inside a separate Audi e-tron S.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing about this is that it actually indicates red over here. Not red, green over here, and it does yellow or amber. Oh my goodness! It does amber on the on this
That was
side.
me accelerating people.
On this side when you are close to another car. I'm sorry, it's so hard just to comprehend how quickly this thing can go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and we're coming to our destination right now. Eugene will give his thoughts later. I think this is incredible. I will buy this car. Yeah, those are my thoughts.
500.
So my thoughts on the Audi e-tron. So what we had was the e-tron Sportback, which has more power and a little more range than the normal e-tron, normal SUV. And one thing that I could definitely say is that it feels absolutely incredible. It's a really good car, and really compared to the iX in terms of just design, it's a lot more conservative. It's something that people would get used to a lot, and it's something that some people might even some people might even mistake for an Audi Q5, which I think is a really good thing, especially when you're trying to get people to adopt to electric cars. It's a very good thing when you have a design that's familiar and a brand as familiar as Audi. Now, I have chatted to a lot of people. Some people do think that Tesla, if they should come to South Africa, are still going to make a huge mark in the country. I agree to some extent, only if Tesla were to come with the Model 3, but one thing that I can say is that the e-tron is going to be a huge hit amongst the rich. It is a very expensive car. It's a luxury car. Sure, it's got a little more range than the normal e-tron, but it's still about 460 kilometers of range. It's not that much. It's good for a normal road trip. It's good for popping about on the weekend. You don't really have to charge it much. But the problem is when you floor it, it really does drop in range. Which is why my conclusion for the Audi e-tron is that, well, it's a great car. Is it for everyone? No, it isn't. It's for a very niche market of people. If you're capable of starting to adopt driving an electric car, but you're fine with having another car on the side for holidays, or if you live in a very convenient location like Durban or Cape Town or Johannesburg, then the Audi e-tron Sportback is perfect for you. But if you live in any other part of South Africa that is not one of those major cities, I highly consider you waiting for the Q4 e-tron, which will have more range and will be much cheaper.
Thank you to Audi South Africa for inviting us to this wonderful event. And actually, this is our first driven review, as well as our first electric car that we've ever done. So thank you to Audi. Thank you to this glorious place, which is the wine farm here in Cape Town. And as you can see, the views are just spectacular. So you have been watching TVEC. See you next time.